According to Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff, the South American giant is determined to boost naval power to protect its millionaire offshore oil and gas reserves, considering the Navy's modernization a strategic priority. We know that our peacekeeping role depends on Brazil's deterrent capability, she has recently stated. As Argentina's top regional ally eyes a defense boom, is Buenos Aires on the same wavelength considering UK's increasing military presence in the South Atlantic? Expert on international affairs Adrian Salbuchi points out that deployment of warship HMS Dauntless and nuclear submarine HMS Talent to the disputed area must be urgently addressed and go beyond rhetoric.
Now, what Argentina should do is follow the example of Brazil, follow the example of Chile, follow the example of Venezuela, which is to have a credible, dissuasive military force, because I insist that is the only language that the British or the Americans and their allies will understand.
Official statistics show that defense spending has increased to $5,000 million this year, almost 1.7% of the national government's total budget, while Argentine leader Cristina Kirchner has warned armed forces must serve the protection of natural resources.
Armed forces must watch over democracy, popular sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the preservation of natural resources.
Plans to improve the current state of outmoded equipment and hardware have been set to revert decades of disinvestment after Argentina's defeat in Malvinas' 1982 war and build a new defense paradigm. The 1976-1983 military dictatorship that led the invasion of the British-controlled territories also persecuted, kidnapped, tortured and killed 30,000 people across the nation.
We have completely demoralized our armed forces, and our people have been taught to hate the armed forces. Now, there no doubt were excessive crimes, terrible crimes committed by the military regime from 1976 to 1983. There can be no doubt about that. But the solution is not to destroy the armed forces.
Later this week, President Fernandez will be attending UN Special Committee on Decolonization, where she is expected to renew the country's claims against British warmongering position over Malvinas Islands. Despite government programs to reinforce Argentina's defense sector, experts call on political authorities to strengthen efforts in order to face UK's militarization of the South Atlantic, which they say poses a serious threat to the whole region. Constanza Heller, PressTV, Buenos Aires.